Have you heard of former Princess Ameera al-taweel of Saudi Arabia? Some may answer yes, and some may answer no. So for those who don't know her, let me give you a brief description. Princess Ameera is a commoner who became a member of the royal family at the age of 18, and later she became a face of women empowerment. In today's video, we have focused on the story of princesses and how a commoner married a royal, and how she became a face of women's empowerment. But let's start with her early life. Let's start with the story of Princess Ameera. It was Sunday, and the day was the 6th of November 1983 when little Ameera was born to father Taweel al-Otaibi and her mother Aidan bin Nayaf al in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Her childhood was not so pleasant as others. Ameera was little when her father left her mother and later they divorced. With no father, mother Aidan bin Nayaf al decided to raise her daughter alone, so she moved to her parents where Ameera grew up. Raising a kid by herself can be tough, but her mother managed to take all the responsibility for her daughter. This sense of responsibility for her mother shaped Ameera profoundly. Well, coming back to the story, Ameera didn't grow up with the insane amount of wealth as many imagine, but her family was doing decently as far as the financial situation was concerned. Some say she did face some financial problems while growing up. Her mother managed to get her into good schooling. She was sent to the University of New Haven, USA, and later she went to King's College in London. After completing her school in the USA, she had already become independent, and a deep sense of realization had seeped into her that being a woman didn't mean a barrier. But this was not all, but exciting times were about to knock on her doors. It so happened that she was asked to prepare a paper in her business school, and Ameera chose to interview Prince al-Walid bin Talal. Now, this man is not just a prince you see in other countries. Prince al-Walid bin Talal is also a Saudi Arabian billionaire businessman, philanthropist, and investor who belongs to the royal family. He was listed in Time magazine's 100 Most Influential People in 2008. Interviewing the prince for a paper was a good choice for Ameera, and she managed to get 10 minutes with the prince. She was merely 18 when she took the interview with the prince. But with the interview, Ameera managed to leave an impression on the prince, and why not? She was intelligent and beautiful in every possible way. The prince showed interest in her and they met several times. Then they even dated for a while before they decided to get married. This match was considered unusual for many because Ameera was 18 years of age and the prince was 28 years older than her, which means he was 46 at the time. But that didn't stop Ameera from being the wife of a prince. In 2008, they got married, and thus she got the title of princess. This news of her marrying the Saudi prince gained the curiosity of the world, especially in the Western world. Everyone was talking about her. The media around the world covered the story extensively, and overnight she became famous. After becoming princess, she became an icon for women. Her husband was a liberal person. He supported her in every possible way. He helped her in her philanthropy, and he also showed his support for her activism. The prince had a foundation, Al-Walid bin Talal Foundation. This foundation deals on many fronts like disaster management, interfaith dialogue, women empowerment, and spreading education, and the prince made Ameera vice chairperson and head of the executive committee of the foundation. This allowed her to help those who needed help. She also worked to uplift people's lives from poverty, but most importantly, she became the face of women empowerment in the Middle East. She continues to work extensively for the foundation, so much that the work took her to 71 countries in just 3 years. She formally opened the Prince al-Walid bin Talal Center of Islamic Studies at the University of Cambridge in the presence of Prince Philip, Duke of Edinburgh, in 2011. Prince Philip presented her at the opening ceremony with an 800th anniversary medal for outstanding philanthropy. She was gaining popularity worldwide for speaking against patriarchal society, but as they say, with popularity comes backlashes. Well, she began receiving backlashes and threats for her work because she was trying to spread liberalism, which didn't go well with the conservative people in her country. But that didn't stop her from doing what she thought was right for society. Although the princess was doing great work with the foundation, her personal life was not going well. She was having differences with her husband. In an interview, she revealed that her work began to irk even the royal family. The royal marriage couldn't stand long. After these issues between the prince and princess, the couple decided to split up in 2013. Their marriage lasted about 5 years. After their split, she lost the title of princess, and now she is no longer part of the Saud dynasty. But that didn't stop people from showering their love on her, and neither did she stop growing as a strong woman. She continues to be a vice chairwoman and head of the executive committee for the Al-Walid bin Talal Foundation. She also used her new foundation from women empowerment and advocated for the issue of women's civil rights and empowerment in Saudi Arabia. Ameerah also expressed her wish to be among the first women drivers to drive on Saudi roads. You may think, what? She wants to drive, that's it? Well, folks, the rights of women goes beyond driving in the Middle East, but you have to understand this is just a symbol of freedom for women. Giving them fundamental rights can also be seen as the beginning of empowerment. Now we know the fight for women was acknowledged, and on the 24th of June 2018, women were allowed to drive and apply for driving licenses. After she divorced in 2013, she kept herself busy in her work, handling a couple of foundations, managing business, and raising various issues. But nobody saw this coming. After 5 years of her first divorce, she married Khalifa bin Bouti al-Muhairi at an exclusive party in Paris on the 9th of September 2018. He is a founder of KBBO Investment Ground, and guess what? He is a billionaire with a $1.2 billion net worth, so pretty rich. Now the couple has a son named Saeed, who was born in 2019. She is living a happy life. All we can say is that Ameerah has come a long way, from looking up to her mother as a role model to becoming a role model for many. She came from a middle-class family to become a successful philanthropist and businesswoman in a male-dominated society. She has become a role model for many women in Saudi Arabia. She proved a divorced and single woman can also lead an independent and happy life in Saudi Arabia. Thanks for watching the video. Press the subscribe button and the bell icon for regular updates. Also, comment down below about your favorite part of the video and let us know.